welcome to Candid with Kira. And today I have a special guest joining me today. Her name is Dashon Roach. She's the CEO and founder of the United Fighters organization. Today we're talking about mental health. Everything that we're mentioning in this episode needs to be listened to very clearly. If you are a person that is experiencing mental health instability or you're not feeling like yourself lately, take everything that's being said here, apply it to your life, use the resources that we're talking about here. And if you need help, you need resources, you can find them on the United Fighters organization page. And you can also find help at your local counseling areas via Harris County if you're here in Houston, Texas. Again, thank you all for watching, and we're talking about it. Give me candy. Hi, I'm Kia Renee, host of the Candid with Kia Renee talk show. Do you have a business or are you an entrepreneur and you want to put your business in the forefront of potential customers? Do it right here and advertise on Candid with Kia Renee. Whether you're in healthcare, you have a skincare line, or you're a chef, it does not matter. We want to promote for you. Send an email to candidwithkiarenee@yahoo.com. Let's keep it candid. Hey you guys, welcome back. Right now with me sitting on the couch here on Candid with Kia Renee is Dashon Roach. She is the CEO and founder of the United Fighters organization. It's all about mental health awareness, and also helping those who have mental health issues, which is very prominent nowadays. Welcome to the show, Ms. Dashon Roach.
Thank you for having me.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do y'all see her smile? Like, she's just super pretty. I love that you're on the show today. We were talking earlier about mental health and being a young person with a mental health organization and what you're doing in general. Even having the conversation with your mom. Her mom is here as well. She's supportive. She's here on the side bench so that her baby is doing what needs to be done. I love that. I love the support for sure. But tell us about United Fighters organization. Why did you start it? And also the story behind the United Fighters organization.
Okay, so basically, majority of my life I suffered with chronic depression and social anxiety. And I felt like my mental illness, it captivated me to a point I felt like I was being held hostage. I felt like my mind was bullying my body, and that led me to have suicidal thoughts, and that later led me to attempt suicide. I tried to attempt suicide twice, and I was unsuccessful with both of my attempts. And I felt like there was nobody but God. I felt like when I threw in my towel to end my fight, God threw it back at me to wipe my tears and to keep going. And that inspired me and motivated me to start my organization, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was going through my mental illness, I didn't do it alone. I had an entire village helping me fight, like my entire family, my mom, like both of my parents, like they were very, very supportive. And I started my organization because, a lot of people don't have that support. And I want my organization to be the support that a lot of people don't have. I want people to feel like, oh, I can be a part of United Fighters, I can feel heard, I can get the help I need, I have people that actually care and listen. That's the reason I started my organization.
I applaud that, because just like how you said, having the support, there aren't a lot of people that actually listen, because everybody has their own life, you might call a friend and she might have her kids with her, and it's like, I have to go, I'm with my kids, with my husband, I'm doing something. So it's like, I applaud that, and I applaud your family for being there with you, because a lot of times we don't express our mental health issues because we feel like people may not have time or they may not care. So I applaud you on that. I applaud your family. Like that's an amazing story, and I'm glad that you're here. Because again, like you said, but God, like you're here on the couch with us on Candid with Kia Renee telling your story, and I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you.
I think you're great. I just can't get over her smile. It's just so beautiful. Okay, now according to the CDC, 12% of Americans over the age of 18 have or are experiencing regular feelings of worry, anxiety, or nervousness, which is super sad to even announce. With adults over 18 experiencing depression, and United Fighters, you all offer resources to help aid in helping to reduce mental instability. What are some of those resources that you offer?
I have a lot of hotline numbers. I have them on my social media pages, on my website. I have links to a few free clinics in Houston that help with mental health. They have therapy, psychiatrists, and I'm also a resource myself because they can come talk to me. They can come in my DMs. I'm here to listen. I'm here to help. So those are some of the resources that I have.
That's good because a lot of people. Okay, so she's the founder of the organization. Sometimes even the founders don't lend a hand and actually personally talking to people, and I think that's amazing. You know, because you're not expecting someone that you would hold at a high standard to actually talk to you, and even talk to you about their story. Like you can hit every stage, and some people just don't care, but you do, and that's amazing. Like, do you hear that? This young lady, you hit her in her DM. You have a question, comment, concern. You're going through something. You can talk to her about it because she's been there, you know. And I think that's your story is just amazing because you're helping people personally. Like it's not just you're coming to the organization and you talk to one person. Like you're actually talking to her, and that is something to be proud of. It really is. Now, in the African American community, you said that you have a lot of African Black males that reach out to you when it comes to mental instability. What are some of the things that they reach out to you about, like in particular, and how can they help themselves at home? Like, cause you know, some Black men, like in our community, they don't believe in counseling. Let's just say it. They don't believe in therapy. You know, if we're in a marriage, and you know, when it comes to our backstory, you know, it's like that impacts our marriages, our relationships. So it's like they don't want to get help because that's not what's always happened in our community. So what are some of the things that they reach out to you about? And if they don't want to get therapy, they don't want to pay the money, or they think that it's not for them, what can they do at home to be able to help themselves?
Well, a lot of the men that reach out to me, they basically come and tell me like they don't feel heard. They don't feel like they can express their feelings. And I feel they feel that way because men are taught to suppress their feelings. Society has put it in their head like if you cry, you're weak. If you express your feelings, you're weak. But that's not true. Like you're human, you're entitled to your feelings. Like men should be able to come and say, I'm not okay, or I need help, without another man or some other people telling them that they're weak. And I feel like as a community, like we should be the sanctuary for men to where they can feel heard and feel like they can express their feelings, because it is okay not to be okay, and that applies to men as well.
Right. I definitely feel, because when it comes to women in the Black community, like we hold our men down. You know, it's like we hold them down, and we always hold them down, but it's like at the same time we can't make them talk. And at the same time, sometimes we can be hard on them as well. But again, it goes back to what you said. They can be conditioned to be that way. You know, I remember I have a cousin who played with dolls as a kid, and he doesn't know what that means about when it comes to sexuality. He's not grown, but his dad was like, you don't play with dolls, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, girls play with dolls. So it's like you're conditioning him right now to not play with dolls. And it was a Ken doll, it was a male doll. So it's like you're giving him action figures and footballs, like that's gonna, you know, change something so much. Like I definitely, I get that. Men, you are able to be vulnerable. You should be able to be vulnerable. If you can be vulnerable with your mom, you should be able to be vulnerable with anybody, no matter what anybody thinks. And if somebody doesn't want to hear you, then find someone that will hear you. At the United Fighters organization. Yeah. But do you feel that social media plays a huge role in mental instability and anxiety, depression, worry? Do you feel it plays a role in that?
Yes, I feel like social media plays a major role. I'm gonna take myself personally, for example. Okay, so when I was going through depression, this was like my senior year of high school, like the summer. Yeah. Well, this one it kind of got like really, really bad. And I got accepted to Prairie View and Texas Southern. And unfortunately, I could not go because I wasn't mentally stable. I was going through it. And I'm on social media watching everybody that I went to school with, everybody moving into their dorms, everybody going to college visits, going to orientations, and I'm just up there just feeling stuck. And I'm seeing everybody else move forward with their life, and that just made my depression even more worse. So I feel like social media does play a major role because people looking at other people's lives, comparing their lives to what they see on social media, and that makes them feel like they're not doing enough.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yes, it plays a major role.
What can people do to not allow that to play such a huge role in their life? Because I'll log off, okay? I'll log off. But what do you feel is something that they can do to not allow social media to play such a big role in them judging themselves by vicariously living through somebody else?
I feel like it's important to take like a social media detox, just to take a detox, period. Like self-care is extremely important. Like get away, like take a road trip by yourself or with some friends, go connect with nature, go paint, go sip some wine or something. Like just self-care.
Yeah.
Like take a detox.
Yeah. Detach yourself.
Yeah, from everything that's going on.
Yes, because I know I don't think I've been in a situation where I looked at someone and said that they're doing more than me. I think I've gotten more caught up in the fact of being on social media for too many hours. I've never compared myself to anybody, but when you're on, like I like to watch funny videos, like cat videos and stuff like that. But if I feel like I've been on there for too long, and you know, like on the iPhone, it tells you what your screen time is. And I'm like, you telling me that this week I spent 8 hours on my phone throughout the whole week period, but I could have been doing something else. It's like I need to cut back on it. I think we've all done that many times before. I'm not alone, okay? I know I'm not alone. You've done it before.
Yeah.
I'm not alone. So let's say
caught up with social media.
Yeah, it's very easy because when you roll over from sleep and you're like,
let me check my phone.
Yeah, the first thing you do is you check your phone. Like your eyes are like still kind of glued shut with sleep in them, and the first thing you do is you check your phone. Like, and I have moments where you know how you check your phone, you put it down, and the TV comes on a commercial. You pick it back up, you don't even realize that your thumb has gone to Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and it's like, oh, I need to stop because
I do it all the time.
This is too much. Yeah, this is too much. Now, if we have a friend or someone that we know that's close to us that is dealing with mental instability, is there a way that we can kind of recognize the signs that they're going through, like mental depression or anything that we feel like they may be unstable a bit? Are there certain signs that we can recognize? Because I know some people may start drinking more.
To be honest with you, it's kind of hard to tell when somebody's going through any type of mental illness or anything like that because looks can be deceiving. Like a person could be putting on a show, could be extremely happy, partying with everybody, having life together, but when they're behind closed doors, like they're crying out for help, like you say, drinking or crying in the shower when nobody watching. And I know that because I was that person like not too long ago. Like I used to I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I used to like put on a show for my family, like I was okay, like I was the center of attention, the life of the party. Then when I get home, I just felt just down, like I just burst into tears. So it's kind of hard to tell when somebody's going through it. But I mean, sometimes it can, if a person telling you like, oh, I'm sad, I feel this way, or I'm not okay, like you should really listen to them. Mm-hmm. Like don't just brush it off because them saying they're not okay, they may actually really not be okay.
Yeah. But
a lot of the time, it's not easy to tell because looks can be deceiving. People can put up a show.
Yeah.
And I know that because I was that person.
Yeah. You're here. I'm just blown away again by the fact that she's here. Like you have to understand, mental health is so prominent nowadays. Like black men, white men, whatever your skin color is, men, women, you know, even postpartum depression, if you just had a baby, like there are so many things when it comes to being mentally depressed or ill or stressed or anxiety, worried, and I feel like when you meet someone, because I have a nephew that committed suicide at the age of 15.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And it's like when you meet someone who's gone through those things and they're here, it's just a blessing to be around them because you could not be here, but you are. And I'm in the presence of you right now. And it's meant to be. Like the things that you're doing are meant to be. Like you're just amazing. And I just want you to know that. Like she's just amazing. Again, you're amazing. As you know, people in our community, like many of them don't seek counseling when it comes to being depressed. Do you feel that getting drugs or using drugs to cope with depression and mental instability, do you think that actually helps? Do you think it's okay? Do you think if people wanted to do it, if they should, if you think that it will actually help them? Because some people who, I don't know if it's, what is it, Adderall? I think it's Adderall or those types of things, like you have ADHD, things help you focus, depression medications. Do you think that people who don't want those things should be try them just to see if their mood picks up? Or do you think that would not be a good choice?
A lot of people don't know that when you're dealing with any type of mental issue, it's a chemical imbalance in the brain. So when you take these medications, it helps to stabilize what's going on up there. So I feel like people that take those medications, they have a better chance of healing and getting through their mental battles rather than the people that rather not take them. So I feel like people should try to
at least try.
Yeah, they should try.
I think that I don't know. I feel like it's like when you're in pain, they give you pain medication. So why not? If it's just a smidge, a small percentage that you might be better, because things always get better with time too. Once you continue to take them. So I think that's good. I think that's some great advice for people at home to definitely at least see if it works, or of course do counseling. Yeah, do counseling. Something. So when I fell into depression a little while ago, which is last year, we talked about it over the phone, like the end of the year, and my thing was I was trying to figure out what my purpose was. I was working on my show. I was doing these things, and I fell into depression. And my way of getting better was, again, I went on a getaway. I went to Orlando. I read books, took long showers. What are some things besides just counseling can people get into? Because you did speak about people taking getaways and whatnot. But what other ways are they able to learn to cope with what they're going through? Because I read books. That helps me.
Well, everybody has their different ways of coping with it, so I can't really speak on it. But when it came to me, I'm a writer, so that was my way of coping with my depression and my anxiety. When I got sad, I write. And I'm also a dancer as well. So,
oh, wow!
Yeah. So when I was experiencing depression and anxiety, I danced. And it was something that I didn't do for a really long time. I stopped dancing. So I danced, and it just made me feel free and calm. Like I'd be dancing around the house and just feeling free.
It's an expression.
Yeah, so I feel like people, if they do stuff that they used to enjoy doing, it might help them. It might make them feel better, because there was something that I stopped doing, and then I started back doing it, and it made me feel better. It helped me with my depression and stuff. It helped free my mind. It helped calm me.
I'm glad you said that, because you said if it's something that you're used to doing, sometimes it's something that you need to stop doing as well. Like going out to parties and whatever. Like for some people, they get into drugs and alcohol, and they say, well, I'm depressed because this, I need a drink. But it's like you're not realizing that you need a drink because you're depressed, and you're using it as a coping method.
Yes.
That I'm glad you said that. That's really good touch. Now with the United Fighters, you're wanting to leave an impact on the world.
Yes.
What impact do you want to leave on your viewers, those who get in contact with you, those who are around you, those who are emailing you, the entire world? What impact do you want to leave on them?
To be honest, I'm trying to be the nationwide hero. I'm trying to advocate and educate as much as I can for the mental health community. Like I'm being that brave person, standing up, taking a stand. I'm willing to be that listening ear, that helping hand, and that voice that needs to be heard because mental health isn't talked about enough. And I'm gonna be that person to like tell everybody like it's real, like y'all really need to listen and take it seriously. And I want people to be like, because Dashon was able to do it, she was able to heal from it, I can do it too. Like I'm living proof, and I want people to see that and be inspired and motivated to keep going. That's my overall goal with United Fighters.
Yes, keep going. That is like a message of the day today, to keep going. I feel like how you mentioned brave, like that's one of the best things that you can do when it comes to being brave. You have to keep going with what you're doing. Like if something don't work, you gotta keep working at it. You know, you're a dancer, you're a writer, you have the United Fighters organization, so it's like that's not gonna stop you. And it only stops if you stop, but you're not, because you're gonna keep going.
Facts.
Yes.
You gotta keep going.
Yes. Do you have any upcoming events that the people need to know about?
Yes, I'm actually doing a car wash pretty soon, and I'm doing a back to school event where I'll be giving away school supplies to the less fortunate kids, and I'll also be paying for some of the haircuts when school start for a lot of the kids that can't afford it. I'll be giving back to the homeless, and I also have some things set up where I'll be going to certain schools talking to the kids about mental health, and I have some other stuff and emotion as well.
Lovely. Do they need to sign up online, like on your website?
It'll be posted up there.
Okay. And they can well, they'll see it on. Do you have a Facebook page as well?
No, I just have an Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, so you all can definitely find this information on the website, and you can also follow on Instagram. It's United Fighters, right? Yes, you can follow on Instagram. She always posts about what's going on. She posts positive messages to keep you going. Her page is one of those pages where, how we just talked about, when you roll over and you get on your phone. Her page is one of those pages where when you roll over, that's one of the first messages or first pages you should be looking at to see what she's posting about to help you get through your day. Because sometimes the hardest part about the day is getting started. And a lot of us worry about today, which was the same thing you worried about yesterday, and now we're back with it today. So it's like, you definitely want to follow her page at United Fighters on Instagram. Go to the website. Sign up to see what the resources are. Use the hotline numbers. You can message her on Instagram so you can talk back and forth. Hear her story. She'll help you out with yours. Like, that's definitely what you want, for sure. The resources are available, but they're only available if you want to use them. Another big step when it comes to mental instability and just wanting to feel better, because it does not feel good. It does not feel good. Yes. And how else can they reach out for help when it comes to wanting to be a part of the organization? Like, are you accepting members to be a part of the organization?
Yes, I'm accepting people to, I am accepting people to be a part of the organization, people that want to help out at the events, people that want to come speak and share and tell their stories. I've had a couple of people reach out to me and wanted to speak and tell their success story, their survival story, and I was like, yeah, I'd love for you to do that because it might inspire somebody else to do it.
Right.
So I'm always wanting people to come and share their success stories. So yeah.
And also, you guys, for her events, of course, she'll need sponsors for this event. I'm not sure if she was going to say it, but I'm saying that for her. You need to be sponsoring her event. You need to be sponsoring the health and wealth of other people's minds, especially if you've gone through it before as well. You know what it's like to need sponsorships. So definitely sponsor her events. Donate to her organization, because she's a nonprofit organization and she's helping people, again, like she just said, out of her own pocket. She's paying for haircuts. She's throwing back to school events, which is great because this is a young woman. This is a young lady. And she's doing big things. I'm going to say about herself because she's a CEO. I'm sure she has other people working with her, but it's like she started this and she's running this business and she's great at it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And again, she's gorgeous. I can't get over it. Yes. Now, do you have any more information for the people at home that need to hear something, like, can you give them a positive message? Like someone that is dealing with mental health right now, or instability, depression, worry, anxiety, may even have thoughts of suicide. Do you have a message that you can tell them to make them feel better?
For anyone out there that's going through any type of mental battle, I want you to know that it is better. Don't give up. Keep going, because I'm living proof that it get better. Like you have to keep going no matter how hard it gets. And they have the resources out here, and you have to know that it is okay not to be okay. And just because you have a mental illness, that does not define who you are. You're the author of your story. So you write the ending and you keep going. Don't give up no matter how hard it gets.
That is a message of the United Fighters Organization. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for being on Candid with Kira. I appreciate you sharing your story and for being transparent about it. That's very brave. Thank you so much. You all follow her on Instagram. What is your personal Instagram page?
It's __ Dashon, DASH0N.
All right, and then you can find the United Fighters Organization at United Fighters.
Yes, United with 2 D's.
Yes, United with 2 D's. You guys follow, keep up with what's going on. First page you should be going to when you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep. That's where you need to be. Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Candid with Kira and We'll be right back.